Hey everybody, Joshua Lengfelder, creator of the Randonauts, the viral movement that took the world by storm and had people searching in random places for random stuff, finding oddly interesting and mysterious finds, artifacts from all across the universe and the earth. So welcome to Watch with Josh. This is where we go over some of the most interesting Randonautica videos and content online, and we kind of edit it down for your viewing pleasure. We like to ask you to engage with us and comment, and we can, kind of have it back and forth. This is all live. I've not seen a lot of the videos, but my friend Derek, who's joining us, has seen them. So I'd like to welcome Derek. How you doing, bud?
Doing great, man. How you been?
I'm doing really good. It's raining pretty hard here, and we've got a lot of app updates that are coming, like the Discover feed, where people are actually going to be able to connect in Randonautica and share content in Randonautica. It's going to be pretty interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, and we also have the book for pre-order for a short amount of time, and it's like $2 or $3 off if you pre-order on Amazon. So if anybody wants to become a pro Randonaut, go to the Randonaut shop, and you get unlimited anomalies, and you get also some stuff. And we're going to invite you to the Discover feed first before anyone else. So yeah. Welcome, Derek, and everybody come a pro Randonaut.
Yeah, man. We also got some merch, right?
There is some really cool merch, and actually we have some really cool merch ideas planned out that should be coming soon. So if you guys have any like merch that you want to see that's like Randonautica merch, like go ahead and tell us and let us know. Yeah, there's the pin. And on the pin, if you use the promo code OWLS, and this is just for your live stream viewers, if you use the pin, promo code OWLS on the pin, you get $5 off. So,
damn,
it's a good deal. Yeah,
that's some sweet merch, man. I need me a shirt. I
genuinely enjoy the beanie. The pin is cool, and I wear my hoodie like almost every day. Like I would wear it right now, but it's full of cat hair. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens, man. You got pets, you got hair everywhere. Mine's just full of just generic dirt because I'm just a dirty person. No pets though. What's up, everybody? Seen some comments flowing in.
What's up, everybody? A lot of our usual suspects
waiting patiently. Thank you. Autumn's ready for this one. Nikki Hayes, one of the usuals.
Afternoon, blessings to you guys. Thanks for coming for support us.
Sandy.
Hey, Sandy. Dan Whitehouse. Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in and commenting and all that. And
yeah, we love engaging with you guys. Like, it's actually fun for me. Like, I actually look forward to this throughout the week to like connect with you guys and like actually see what genuine Randonauts on the ground are thinking about, like all the content and like, well, I don't know. I like to hear what people think because I know what I think.
Yeah,
it's interesting to hear what the fans think. So
yeah, like Richard.
Everybody,
hey, Richard.
Welcome. Hey, Richard.
Cool, man. Well, I'm excited, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I love this part of the week. I always look forward to it. Get to see some cool videos. Some that we love, some that we love to pick apart.
Yeah. I love all of them for different reasons.
Yeah. It's cool. Cool. You want to go ahead and jump right into it?
Let's jump right in. See video with number 1 with Watch with Josh. Let's see it.
So you don't know how to use this app at all, right?
Wow, it's this guy. I've seen this guy in the ride a lot.
Philip Solo.
Fucking bloated.
Yeah, he's funny.
Ladies, look away.
I actually might hit the run in my house and shit.
That's part of the adventure, though.
So he's getting the despair meme. A lot of people do report like feeling sick in their stomach before randonauting.
Fine, all right, cool. Part of this video.
You're actually down.
Just Brett in pain having to shit.
You're actually down.
That's actually a common experience. People getting butterflies in their stomach before they go randonauting.
It wants us to go in the water.
To the middle of the ocean. It literally wants us to go into the water.
Randonautica, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is there a boat? Maybe we should get a boat. Boat? Did you think 2 hours ago that this is where the day was gonna go?
No, but what's even more shocking to me is the fact that they let us rent a boat.
They let
of all people.
Yeah.
This is a boat.
It's amazing what you can get away with when you're a Randonautica person.
Yeah.
Who the
See, a lot of
fuck
people
is
would've-
letting this happen?
Would have just said, "Oh, it's in the middle of the ocean," and not done anything. But these guys,
Yeah,
are
they
like,
would have given up. They're pretty tenacious
dude.
and resilient.
Oh fuck yeah, man!
These motherfuckers trust way too much, dude.
These motherfuckers are like me on my first couple of relationships, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you're good? Okay, cool.
Seems like a great guy.
These two are gonna do great job with this boat. They're not gonna wreck it or do anything questionable. Any help? I'm falling out of control.
Nobody should have given us a boat.
My man's
I
is
hope
about
they
to
have
drive. I'm
insurance.
gonna Bluetooth
That's dedication.
some Limp
so Sandy,
Bizkit.
yep.
Randonautica fucking rips.
It's beautiful.
I'm
Yeah.
proud to report we've made it to exactly the fucking spot.
I still don't
Wow.
understand this app.
We're like by like a weird industrial area. This is where it led us.
This is where we're supposed to be.
Looks nice this way. What do we
So
do
they're
now?
in Vancouver.
Will you?
Oh.
Wow, and they actually got in the
He
water.
dove in naked too. We gotta cut that part out, but
First stop wasn't too bad.
Man, good on you. I was just gonna be like, oh fuck, it's a random spot in the water. Can't get there. That's all.
That's
fuck yeah, bud. Must be
dedication.
Canadian. Yeah, Emily, they are Canadian.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, dude, burritos.
They're real
Burritos.
Randonauts.
Did you want to eat 2 of them?
I'm not gonna measure weight by pounds anymore, just by burritos.
My burritos.
I weigh 160 burritos. I would measure your weight in like fajitas, like something a bit lighter.
Falafel wrap.
Falafel. Yo, falafel wraps will get you though.
Yeah, dude.
They will get you, dude. You feel nice and healthy and you forget that you're,
Talking
you're
about
just eating a
falafels.
deep fried circle.
Yeah.
Bunch of deep fried circles in pita bread.
Yeah.
Not good. Hey, bro.
I've seen you before.
I haven't seen you. Your dog's name is Falafel? We were just talking about
Wow,
falafel.
and they were just
literally
talking
just
about
now. I'm getting this
falafel.
dog a premium hotel suite, dude.
There you go. It's a falafel
Yes,
right
bring
here.
it in, dude.
That's cool falafel. Nice meeting you, buddy.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool, man. They're sitting there. No, they're having fun with it. They're entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
sure.
that dude, I've seen him before. He's always really entertaining. So it's like
Yeah.
really crazy to see him actually randonauting. I've seen him like before. It's pretty cool. Well, yeah, you know, they had fun. They were like having an interesting experience. They got to rent a boat. They went a whole day of
Yeah.
randonauting. So that's an interesting thing is they had enough dedication to spend a whole day randonauting.
Yeah,
A
like
lot of
20,
people-
like literally like 24 hours.
Yeah, a lot of
back in
people, they'll go
August.
to the first point and then they'll be like, there's nothing here. And then they'll go home. These guys, they spent a full day randonauting and it took them all over the place. They ended up renting a boat and like doing all this other stuff. So I challenge you guys to randonaut for at least a full day, at least 4 hours, if not a full day of randonauting.
Well, these guys did this. It was a full 24 hours for them, which is, I mean, that's more dedication than I can request anybody to do it. But they did it for a full 24 hours, which is crazy. And this is back in August of 2020. And then they decided this year that like, well, why don't we beat that up? And they did this next video is actually from them again, and it's a more recent one, I believe, from this year. And it's 48 hours. They went for 48 hours this time. We're just gonna see a very small clip from that or whatever.
You mean we're not going to watch the full 48 hours?
Yeah, no. If we could somehow cram, just like watch it at like 100 speed and try to nail it through. But once something to remember from the first video when they first get in the if you remember they get in the car, the skinnier guy, how he was kind of like, oh man, I gotta go. You know, he's talking about how he has to go to use the bathroom, and they're like, oh man, we can't, and he's gonna hold it or whatever. So that's just something to keep in mind when they go on to this location here. Emily says, love you guys, or love guys like this. They didn't find much, but still had fun. Great attitude.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And the sync with the dog, yeah, that was super important, super special. Like you can always pay attention to what you're thinking about or talking about and see if it kind of like mirrors your environment.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
All
let's
right.
see the number 2.
Yeah, it's gonna lead right into it.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So we're doing the Randonautica again, right?
I guess, yeah, I think so.
Did that even like do well?
Nah. But it was one of our best videos.
That's my favorite video of ours, easily.
That's
Even if
good.
it kind of fucking flopped, I think it deserves a sequel.
It had
I
way
think
less
either way, we're
views
gonna
too than
have
their
fun
other
time.
videos on their
Man,
channel.
that jacket
Well, a lot.
Interesting.
Liam
But they had
Neeson
fun
and
doing
drag.
He even
Looked
said
like
it was
you
his
train a
favorite
family of
video.
huskies.
Here we go.
Start randonauting. Your point is being generated.
Where is it? So this is where it sent us. Doesn't really look like anything.
How are we gonna make a video? How did we make a video out of this?
I don't know.
Why did we think it needed
That dread dude is the most
I don't
stylish
know.
person that I saw this year.
This is the spot.
pretty
Ow,
stylish.
it's fucking prickly.
Randonautica.
Fuck this video.
Is he in a band or something?
This is
I would
so whack.
I
listen.
don't know. This was toilet bowl. Wait. The
Toilet bowl.
What? You're lying.
The toilet.
There's a
What?
toilet in the box.
Wow.
No fucking way.
So
bad.
that
I
not
think
only
somebody
did they find
threw
out
out
this
their used
bottle, but they
toilet.
found
Oh,
out
is it
his
used? If it's used,
receptacle
why is it in
itself.
a new
That's
toilet
amazing.
box?
Well, they probably traded toilets and just like tossed this one here.
How did the
Traded
toilet get
Yeah,
there?
like they put their new one
Who
in,
left
put their
there?
old one in the box,
they're
and threw it
talking
on
about
the
it
side
here.
of the road.
That's
Wow.
so fucking barbaric.
I could like put it over there, and I could sit on it and like wave to people.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Don't drop it. And to think this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Randonautica.
Yep.
Changing the world one trip at a time.
This dude reminds me of my cousin.
Makes me
Cousin
happy.
Eli.
Is this a bit? Is this content?
I was just thinking about how old I am.
Contemplating death.
There's a lot of cars coming up. This is really embarrassing.
This is like really interesting
Damn.
performance art.
Yeah. Just
It
casual.
is kind of weird
Just
that
sitting on the
it
toilet.
sent us directly to a toilet. Is it trying to tell us something? Should we destroy it? That could be fun.
I think people would get mad at us for that.
Yeah, didn't they read the sign?
I guess not. We could put it in the car, but it smells so bad.
But no
Yeah,
dumping
please
sign
don't
has
leave
like
your-
multiple
Doing a
Yeah.
Captain
meanings.
Morgan stance.
No dumping, and there's a toilet. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So it's journey ends.
There you go. So it's crazy though, because like I know, I forget the terminology, but how like your different journeys and stuff like that somehow kind of like are interlinked or whatever, and how like they started
Yeah.
their first journey just with the off. Oh yeah, well, I gotta go take a shit. Blah 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 blah. Just like whatever, and they
Yeah.
talked about it for a little bit, and then a couple months later they do their next challenge. Like literally the next time they do it, the first place it takes them to is this random toilet, like in the middle of nowhere. Like
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
pretty interesting. And unless they had like logged that journey or written it down or made a
Log.
video like this, they would have never connected that connection. So it's important to like log your experiences, log your journeys, and kind of go back and see if they like reflect and mirror on each other. Well, that was really interesting. The part with the guy waving on the toilet, that was like really interesting performance art. And like that's why I created Randonautica, was like for self-organizing performance art. And so there we go. If
There
we
you
didn't have
go.
Randonautica, we wouldn't have some guy waving at people on a toilet in the middle of the road.
he was entertaining. I think I'm going to check out his YouTube page and just kind of watch his other stuff, because I think
No,
the
he's
two of those
really
guys,
funny.
they're real fun to kind of just watch them do their
Yeah.
thing.
They're
Philip
super
Solo
funny.
TV, yeah, they're really cool, man. That was I enjoyed watching them. So
Yeah, I like them a lot. They're really
Yeah.
cool.
hopefully they do another Randonautica video. I mean, I don't feel like they have to continue. Like, I don't feel like they have to do a 72-hour one the next one, but I just hope they keep doing the Randonautica stuff.
Yeah.
I'll always save the location with prints and everything. Yeah, I think it's good to log your journeys,
Good
right?
idea. Yeah, it's a good idea because patterns can form that you didn't even know about until you start kind of reflecting back and kind of like believing that there's no coincidences and everything's connected. So
Yeah. And there's going to be a log in the actual book, right? When it comes out, there's like
in the back of the book, it'll like kind of show you kind of how to fill it out. And so like if you're kind of lost and not sure what to look for, in the guide to Randonautica, which you can pre-order now on Amazon, you can like actually record your synchronicities and it'll like kind of help you keep notes. So
Nice.
that's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Nikki says the same time I started watching Philip Solo, I started researching Randonautica because I had seen it in an internet mystery vid.
Interesting.
There you go.
So it's weird connections to a detective. There's no such thing as coincidences.
There you go. Well, cool, man. Those were some entertaining ones.
I
We're gonna
really
move
like
on.
those.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
guys are cool. Don't forget to check them out. So we'll go ahead and we'll move on to our next video number 3.
Watch with Josh, number 3.
Today we are going to be doing something different than the usual. Something that I've never done before, but I'm really excited to share with you guys. On my channel, I make a lot of different videos on how you are able to live your happiest, healthiest life. And a lot of those videos center around the idea of the law of attraction and manifesting everything that you really want for yourself. With the law of attraction, it is believed that everything you desire already exists in this universe. It's just a matter of you alternating realities to really attract it to you. So for example, if you are living in a reality where you're grateful for everything and you're happy about life and you're just living with so much love and gratitude, you're obviously going to experience something so different than if you lived in a reality where you were upset and negative and gloomy all the time. So the reality that you really create for yourself and the perspective that you live in brings various different things into your life. Today's video kind of branches off that concept. I found this app on TikTok called Randonauts, and what it does is it puts you into different realities by bringing you to a randomly generated location that is created with a cluster of different numbers. And you're supposed to set an intention with every location that you go to, and apparently your intentions manifest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my brothers to come do this with me because I was watching different videos on this last night, and the people experience really kind of weird things that I honestly don't know if I would feel safe doing on my own. So my randomly generated point has arrived.
Yeah, she's bringing her brothers with her.
Off we go.
This is actually the beta version of the app, so it should look different now if you download Randonautica.
So my intention is to see an animal.
Espanol. I want to see some Spanish.
Okay, on a sign
they want to see a Spanish speaking animal.
She says on a sign or something.
Honestly, just not get robbed.
Wow, so that's not gonna happen.
That's a great intention.
Not get robbed.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go.
Animals, Spanish, and not get robbed.
Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm like waiting for it.
Are we kidding? Is that my mom? Is that her?
Wow.
You guys, we're in the randomest place ever, and we see our mom. What the heck?
So she went randonauting and she found her mom.
Her with her two brothers, and they run into their mom.
Wow, it's amazing.
App where it randomly generates locations, and we find creepy things, like just things, whatever. And we found you.
She was the creepy thing they found.
Thank you. But you're in the randomest store ever. Like, why did we come across you?
She's in a random bread store. She's like a Wonder Bread store.
That was so weird, you guys. We were walking by Dunkin' Donuts, and I was trying to find something weird and creepy, and then my little brother goes, "Is that our mom?"
That's so great. What are the chances of that?
Yeah. So
it's like amazing.
So if we remember, David, we keep the screen up for a little bit. Their intentions were animals, Spanish, and not getting robbed. So this wasn't their first location. The very first location they went to, they couldn't get into. There was it was a gate. There's no trespassing sign or whatever. They saw some birds. Yeah, they saw some birds, but she doesn't really. That doesn't really count. Birds are everywhere. So she said she decided to change her intention to somewhere where we can get in, or we can come. We can get out of the car and go in, or whatever. But the brothers kept their intention as Spanish and not getting robbed. The easiest one is they didn't get robbed, so but that one doesn't count. But they go, so check down there. But they go to their location, and obviously they see their mom. And I know that there's been plenty of times where the experience of going somewhere and then seeing somebody that in a place that you wouldn't normally see them. But if you look in the bottom right picture there, as they're walking by a restaurant with Spanish food. And then there is Pollo Fundido. And then what's specific about that is that, I mean, there's Mexican and Spanish restaurants everywhere, but because he says, "Oh, I want to see something in Spanish." And then his sister specifically says in the video, like, "Oh, like you mean like on a sign or something." So in that same exact shopping center, they didn't notice it there, but I kind of noticed it when I was previewing these videos earlier. That I'm like, hold on, there's a lot of, she walks by a bunch of Spanish signs on the way back. So
the intention was fulfilled. And even more so, the emotional resonance of this family being together, brought them to their mom. It's so crazy.
Yeah. Nikki says, I missed that. Yeah. Yeah. I watched the video earlier today and I didn't catch it the first time, but when I was kind of going through, looking for little details, oh, maybe they missed something or whatever. And it was right there in front of me, these big bright signs. I'm like, oh, how did I miss that the first time? And, but yeah, it's just something about keeping an eye out, being aware of your surroundings, looking for the little details and stuff, especially if you're going to record yourself, like so many people do. go through the footage of yourself, because you might come across a bunch of stuff that you missed. I mean, I know we've done that with some of the shoots that we've gone out to do with our show and things like that. Being the cameraman and one of the editors that work on it, I get to go through and like, oh man, like there's so many stuff that we missed there in the moment. But when you go back and view it, like, oh man, like we were standing right next to this thing that we didn't catch the first time. So yeah.
So much of randonauting is just like learning to pay attention itself. And when you're randonauting, it's like a lot of times you don't know what to pay attention to. So like going back and reviewing your journal or reviewing your video, it's a really good idea, because sometimes you don't even know what it is you're looking for until you find it. So that was really good video. Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so we're gonna move on to our next video here. I'm just gonna say this one's a little hard to hear, because I know with TikTok there's like a balance between like the voice of the video and then like the music. So the music's much louder than the voice on here. So I won't talk during this. So just try to listen for anybody at home, because it is tough to hear her just because the music is so loud compared to her voice.
Yeah, or turn down your volume if you got headphones on or whatever.
It's not necessarily that the music is so loud. It's just that compared to her voice comes in very low, and then the music the balance isn't there. That's all.
All right, let's hear it.
So I didn't think I would ever be making this video, but I went randonauting, and here's what happened. First of all, I want you guys to know that my intention was always love, because I don't like anything scary. I don't like bad energy. So I went with my boyfriend, who didn't want to do it at first because he was like, don't know about this creepy app. But I promised him that it was safe for me the first 2 times because of my intentions. So he decided to come in the intention of abundance and love. It sent us to a location inside an apartment complex that
she knew how to use it.
The point was in a really small clearing. We walked over, and it really didn't seem like much was there. We're both thinking it didn't work, and we're getting ready to leave. And then my boyfriend says that he actually added an intention. I was really upset by this, so guys, please don't add secret intentions when you're randonauting with other people.
That's a good point.
Anyway, his intention was money. We're walking away, and I noticed some sparkly things on the ground. And I'm like, what's that? The first thing that comes to my mind is that it looks like pyrite, stone for abundance and manifestation, and it's also called fool's gold. So it definitely worked. There was abundance of whatever that was. My boyfriend foolishly added the intention of money, and it sent us to fool's gold.
That's great.
I love her connection at the end. My boyfriend foolishly added money as an intention at the end. Yeah. So
just as a story and a narrative, like it tells the whole thing. Like she had really pure intentions, but her boyfriend kind of had somewhat selfish intentions, and it led him to fool's gold. While he was trying to kind of trick her by adding this intention. So it just goes to show you that like groups of like-minded people can find like really interesting stuff, and like you never know whose intention is affecting what, and like it helps to be like consciously focused on one thing, because if people are thinking about this or that, it can kind of throw the whole thing off, and you never know what you find. So I really like that one. That was like one of my favorites that I've ever seen.
Yeah, she had a good concept. Like she had a good understanding of it, a good explanation.
She had a great.
She knew what she was talking about. She had the good intentions and everything, and saw and knows how to make those connections with everything. What
I really liked about her is that she's like, well, people are using it for like all these creepy intentions, but that doesn't matter. I'm safe because I have love intentions. Like a lot of people don't get that. It's like as long as you have good intentions, it makes Randonautica have your intentions. Like a lot of people think Randonautica has all these creepy stuff and stuff. It's like, no, it's really the person that uses it that has the darkness or the light in them.
Right.
Like the Jedi or the Sith.
Yeah, like the video we watched before her, Nikki Clark, when she kind of explained the whole like you get what you put out there, basically.
Exactly.
I believe we have a question that we can get to, and you guys can actually ask us questions throughout the stream. It's our friend Sandy. Doesn't it work both ways? If I go randonauting with high and positive energy, I will experience positive things. But if I'm down, I can use the app to find things that can pull me back up if intended.
Yeah, totally. You're totally right. It does go both ways. People randonauting with high and positive energy will experience positive things. But if people are down and use the intention of getting pulled back up, then you can get what you want as well. So yeah, Randonautica is a tool and you can use it however you want. We made this choice really early on because a lot of people, they'll like give people like a set of intents where it's like it spins a random wheel and it's like, oh, my intent is red, or my intent is blue, or my intent is peace. And we specifically made it open-ended so that people could get creative and kind of like set the intention that they want. So that was really interesting. Good questions, Andy. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for watching, Sandy. I know you're here every week.
Yeah, you're the best.
Yeah, so some of the usual suspects are always watching and questioning and commenting and all that stuff. We appreciate all that.
We love it.
Yeah. So yeah, so we got one more video we're gonna move on to. Yeah, let's check it out.
How does it feel to be f***ing lied to? That's right, you've been deceived. I deceived you. How does it feel? It's funny because you gave me your trust, which was so nice of you. Thank you so much for that. You gave me your trust, and I was like, oh, thank you so much for your trust. And so I took your trust, and I f***ing broke it. Sorry about that. That's my bad, guys. Sorry. I'm gonna tell you the craziest story I have of YouTube thus far. This story involves an iPhone app, a conspiracy, 2 multi-million subscriber channels, 2 journalists from highly respected news places, and of course, 1 pair of glowing yellow eyes. This is a weird story.
Randonautica.
A YouTuber named Mia Cole has what she describes as one of the scariest Randonautica experiences ever. But this is where something odd might have found her.
It seemed that there was a pair of yellow eyes that kept peeking through the window.
A weird pair of glowing eyes appear to be watching Mia Cole from the window.
Some sort of creature or being that saw her while she was out on her adventure, followed her home, and took interest in her.
Hell no, they ain't even no cat with some bright eyes, perfectly circle eyes like that.
Something that followed Mia Cole home from the woods. Something that wants to get in.
No, hell no. Ain't no cat like that.
Less than 4 days after I heard about the app, I was filming my adventure. On TikTok, people were finding like dead bodies and shit, so obviously I heard about that and I was like, this could be good content. So in my video, I went on 3 different randonauts. All in all, good adventure, right? No. However, I finished the video up a little bit earlier than it needed to be up, so naturally I had some extra time. And what do you do with extra time? Okay, hear me out. What if I just kinda, you know, maybe just like as a joke, just kinda like put in some fake yellow eyes in the background. Yes, that's right. The eyes are fake. I did it myself. I am a marketing genius. I think the reasons it worked so well was because it was at the end of the video, so naturally only the people that were like super invested were gonna see it. And crucially, I never drew attention to it. It just happens in the background. And then that's it. How does it feel to be lied to? So as much fun as that was, obviously it was topped by the New York Times and the Telegraph sliding into my business DMs, my business email. That's a real email from a real New York Times journalist.
Oh, Lena Wilson.
I won't go into too much detail.
Love you, Lena.
I got interviewed. I'm about to be interviewed for the New York Times. This one is with the Telegraph. I'm so nervous. Okay,
wow, so the New York Times were interviewing people who admit to lying about making Randonautica videos. That's great.
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks for agreeing to chat. I'm intrigued.
I believe, they were interviewing before.
Before
she came out lying about it.
We are no longer stands of the New York Times on this channel. Lena,
us
why?
either.
I thought we had something. I thought we had a bond, Lena, okay? Why would you do this to me, Lena? But the Telegraph, on the other hand, holy shit. We like that. Now, thank God both of those interviews asked about my adventures rather than the eyes, because I don't know about you, I would not feel comfortable lying to the New York Times. That's just me. Obviously, other people have different moral compasses, but that's all I'm gonna say. So basically what I'm saying is this little tiny detail in a video that I put in as a complete afterthought somehow exploded into this big situation involving millions of subscribed to YouTube channels, oh my God. And of course, the New York Times and the Telegraph. And also barely anybody thought it was fake. I read comment after comment trying to decipher what it was, but barely anybody guessed it was just editing. So I guess basically what I'm saying is lying is good sometimes. And also I'm perfect. I literally have no flaws and I'm better than you.
There's that confidence again.
Really,
nobody thought that was fake at all. Like nobody commenting on that. I get to her thing because like
New York Times, like
it's probably why the New York Times didn't put her quotes because she says she's no longer.
What's interesting is we sent the New York Times to the foremost scientist on My Matter Interaction. He actually invented what's called the pulse oximeter, which is like a really delicate medical instrument that's used to this day in hospitals everywhere. And she, for some reason, didn't put his comments in about my machine interaction either. I think she had some kind of agenda or something. I don't know, but pretty interesting that someone who like totally like her intention was to deceive people, and like nobody thought twice about, oh, there's two creepy looking eyes, like, and everybody thought it was real. Like, where's the discernment? Like, is this really where we're at as a civilization, where someone who can proudly lie to you and say, hey, lying's good as long as I get attention for it?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of wish we got to this video before it blew up. And saw, because this would have been easily, because like some of the videos that we see and we kind of debunk, you know, when they're kind of like not being honest or whatever. I feel like this would have been an easy catch, because those eyes look ridiculous. It's clearly just like two lights and whatever. And I don't know.
Like Lauren said, she said she won't lie to a journalist, but she'll dupe her subscribers. Like, isn't that just like making fools of the people that support you?
Right.
It's kind of like goes against the core tenets of Randonautica, which is sincerity, which is always being sincere. So she's definitely not a real randonaut, but that was kind of engaging content. And the fact that she pulled a prank on a bunch of people is kind of funny. So good video.
You did an interview with the New York Times, right, Josh?
Yeah, I did an interview with that exact person she was talking to. Yeah. And she definitely left out a bunch of stuff that had to do with my machine interaction. And she like wanted to make it look like it was all pseudoscience and whatever, but we actually hooked her up with the foremost scientist behind my machine interaction, and she conveniently left his stuff out as well. So interesting, the agenda these power brokers hold.
Well, cool. Yeah, that's our last video for today. That was some decent ones.
Yeah, no, I really like those.
Yeah, no, some ones that were very entertaining,
thought provoking. Yeah, entertaining. Yeah, I like those. Good picks, you guys. Good picks this week.
Yeah, shout out to David and Auburn for helping us out with that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Looks like we if you guys have any questions, you can let us know and comment below. You know, however you're watching us, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or Twitter, hit us up with some questions as we go. We would love to answer them on air for you. In the meantime, we can move on to Reddit Roundup.
I like those
and kind of just have those as they come in.
Yeah. One thing I get all the time is this like question about the owl, and like, because some indigenous cultures see the owl as a mark of death, but really the owl represents change, and death is one of the biggest changes one can experience. So the fact that owls show up around death really makes a lot of sense, because they show up around change. And so when you're deviating from your probabilistic path, or, you know, you have your routine set and you inject randomness into it, it's likely that you'll see an owl, because they show up around these kind of like zones where timelines branch, and you can make a choice of going on this path or going on that path. And Randonautica sets you up for that. So it's kind of interesting.
Very interesting. We have a question from Jay Castro. But then again, Josh leaves things out of his videos too. The deception is real.
Yeah, I don't leave anything out. This is
what do we leave out of videos? Yeah, I don't know. If you want to clarify what you mean by that, Mr. Castro. But yeah, we don't.
Yeah, he thinks the Dallas one was fake. No, it wasn't. We have like, my fiance can back me up on that one. It's not worth even arguing with you. We paid a camera crew that we didn't even know, and they were surprised. Check that video out. It's really interesting.
Yeah, we have the longer version, because I know we did a brief version of it here through the stream.
Yeah, and we can set up
the longer version. Yeah, the longer version is up there on our YouTube page too. Lauren was there too. It's all real.
Was there. It's all real.
Yeah, I unfortunately wasn't there for this one because I couldn't make. I had previous engagements. I couldn't travel for that, but I've been on a few other ones that we've gone on. Yeah, I mean it's wacky, man. It's crazy. Emily says the death card in tarot means change. Symbolically and literally, death is a change of state. Both interpretations of the owl are similar.
Well, the only constant in the universe is change. So
there you go. The first time that I took one friend, we saw 2 small owls. It was it's actually pretty rare to see owls in the big city.
I actually got to see 2 owls this weekend. It was like a blessing. I felt a lot of energy coming off of them, and I was just like, "Thank you, dudes! Like, thank you for the guidance." One was like really small, and one was like a great horned owl. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was like a bird fair thing outside.
Yeah. Well, cool. If anybody else has any more comments or questions, keep them coming in. We'd love to have them.
Yeah.
I believe, David, we can move on to Reddit Roundup if that's ready. We'll see. Okay. Cool. So here's our first one here.
Oh, I like this one.
Okay. So you've seen this before. So
yeah,
I saw this earlier. I was very confused by the photo at first from this angle. And I was like, because it doesn't necessarily, because my first instinct was like, oh, this is Photoshopped because it's like a weird, it's like weird. It doesn't seem like it makes sense. Cause like, I mean, the shadows are going the correct way, but like just, you see like this weird ascension and then it kind of blends into the background in a weird way. And I was like, it's a weird like pyramid that doesn't really, I don't know, it seems Photoshopped, but like, it also seems like a weird kind of Photoshop or whatever. So it was very confusing when I first saw it. Until I saw that there were actually photos from a different angle, and it's not a pyramid; it goes down into this like a vortex thing with like steps. And I'm like, okay, now I realize what I'm seeing. What makes it even more like cool is that it's an optical illusion when you stand from that original spot because like it's one of those things. Is here's another different view of it. Like it looks completely different.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a pyramid there.
Yeah, it just looks like weird, just like shapes in the ground.
Unless there was some like, artist who just likes making like things that don't last long. I think it just might be some like natural wonder or beauty, or you think it might be man-made? I
think it's man-made for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, because there's like so many people that not only obviously there's sand sculptors and stuff like that, but there's the people that like the perspective artists that will go, like they do a lot of the graffiti or like sidewalk chalk on the street that like from a certain angle, it looks 3-dimensional and things like that. It's very impressive. And very cool. Shireen says it's nature art.
Yeah. I think it could be natural personally.
Really?
Yeah. Because like geometric shapes like this happen in nature. Weird stuff happens, unexplainable stuff. It makes more sense to me than a guy with like a pail or shovel or something like doing that before the high tide comes in, but it's also possible.
I mean, I understand the spiral. The spiral shows up in nature quite a bit with seashells and like different things like that. But like it's the hard angle of basically half of a pyramid.
Pretty
like
weird.
The right angle. A tide wouldn't do that. Come in.
This is like classic Randonautica content where you just like
there's a question there.
Explain it. It's all
Dragon
about
Wagon
the mystery.
Says, hey, no, this is some peak Randonaut shit.
Yeah, this is it. This is like, it doesn't have to be exactly like thrilling or scary. It just has to be like a head scratcher. Just like what happened there? Like.
I think regardless how it got there, it's a cool thing, especially end up there randomly.
Really cool. It's really beautiful.
Very, very cool. Okay, so this next one here. Yeah, so he wrote his intention down, which is I had to click to see like the full image there. So he wrote down
I like this one.
As their intention. And then this is the exact location it took them to.
Right.
On the map there.
Good.
And this was when they got there.
An apple. And the number 42. The answer to the life, the universe, and everything. That's
is that from Hitchhiker's Guide?
Yeah, it's from Hitchhiker's Guide.
I've never seen Hitchhiker's Guide, but anytime someone talks about like 42, I know it's from that movie.
Yeah, and the books. He just
I think someone in the comments actually wrote down like the lost numbers too as well, because I think 42 appears in there or something.
Okay.
But that's somewhere in Israel.
They wrote down their intention. It took them to a place and it had their intention. It's pretty interesting how that works. And for everybody who thinks we're like listening in, this is a good way to do it, is write it down. Don't even talk about it. Just write it down and see what happens. Yeah. Very, very good trip report.
Very cool. All right. So this next one here, this one's a little darker. He asked where, the person asked where I would die. I asked myself, I asked the app where I would die, and it actually took me to a location in 2016 where I tried to offer myself when I was hitting hard times. Strange. So somebody was depressed a while ago, about 5 years ago or something like that, and had a location where they kind of went to deal with their depression in not a very positive way. Hopefully they're in a better place now in their life and past that stage of it. But I mean, obviously that's something to very take seriously and reach out for help if that's ever the situation. But it's strange that like something a very personal location,
very personal of emotional resonance. Like, how would we have known that? And it sends them to that place. A lot of people get healing from this kind of thing. I hope this person received healing. There's a lot of people who feel this way, who choose not to get help. There's always help, out there for you. Maybe a part of him died that day, Marion said. That's true. Like maybe he left behind some kind of part. And like going back there in a detached way, detached from, all the feelings and emotions that brought him there originally, kind of brought him back. That's really interesting and really powerful. There's always resources for you, reach out to anybody, even if you think they won't care, they probably will, anybody who's going through that, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. It's pretty common to be feeling depressed or down. So good on them for posting that very personal trip report.
Emily says, I thought they meant offer themselves as in their body for money because they hit hard financial times. Still could end up dying that way badly. Oh,
that's
I didn't even think of that, Emily. That could offer myself in hard times. Yeah. Okay.
From the context, I don't know if I exactly infer that, but possibly.
Oh yeah, I think it could. Yeah, offer myself when I was hitting hard times. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe.
Emily.
Yeah,
might be what it means. I don't know. There's so many different interpretations of it. It's kind of hard. That one reminds me of the first time that I used Randonautica. It takes me to my favorite store where I used to take my ex, and the intention was past.
Oh, very interesting. Yeah, it can take you to places of like past emotional resonance, like where you took your ex or where you offered yourself up, whatever that means. It's pretty interesting. Death in the tarot card means new beginnings. So it's like entering the next cycle. That's what I always say. Like the owl isn't just like the death, but it's like entering into a new cycle. Okay, do we have another one? Another roundup, Reddit roundup, or?
Yeah, we do. Let's see here. Next up, checking my notes. So this one here. Okay, so let me just get it pulled up on my screen here so I can read it a little better. So discovered this sub concept today. First try resulted in me leaving my wife. So the first time this person did it, the result was actually they end up getting separated. So throw away for personal reasons. Well, stumbled upon this today and I thought I'd give it a try. First two locations we were given, we both on a smallish island near/under the bridge connecting Washington and Oregon. So we skipped them. The next two were random spots in front of houses and neighborhoods I've never been before. It was dark and we were driving, so we didn't investigate the spots at all. Then my wife gets a text from a random number. We were using her phone for Telegram/map, which I rarely ever look at. She closes it quickly. Long story short, I dropped her off at her friend's house and we are now separated. Late, semi-drunk, and out of my mind. Didn't have much outlet for this besides posting this, I guess. I'm not sure if I want to try this again or not. So this wasn't necessarily anything as far as the locations or direct.
But talk about leaving the stasis field.
Yeah. Whoa. So you're sitting there using the app, and while you're using it,
you find out your wife or
gentleman caller is
cheating on you.
Yeah,
that's pretty powerful. And the fact that he had to go to the Randonauts because he had no one else to tell. I remember this one. It was actually really early on. So if he would have just told someone, it's not like they would have heard about it through the dead body or the, numerous other viral things we've had. This was before anybody knew what Randonauts was. And somebody in the comments was like, that's one way to leave the stasis field or something. Yeah, that one was very serious. I like tried to chat with this guy. He never responded with me, but yeah, that was a very interesting one because like it can alter your deterministic path of faith or fate, whether you use it or not. Just the choice of using it or looking at other people's journeys can actually take you out of the stasis field and onto a new path, or what we call the Genesis field, a new potential possibilities. You know, it's in a way, it's kind of a good thing because like, what if he just kept staying with that girl and she kept playing him for a fool? It's kind of a good thing that he found out the truth. And part of that story is Randonautica.
Yeah. Wild stuff. So the next one here is their attention was something funny, but not obvious and electrical. So they didn't want anything electrical or obvious. And it takes them to a no outlet sign. So
yeah, we get that a lot. So funny or electrical. Yeah.
So it's like
it has like a sense of humor itself. Like, or at least our brains like interpret it as a sense of humor, but like no outlet for that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And you know, like inaccessible areas are extremely common because Randonautica takes you to places where people don't normally go. And a lot of times the places that people don't normally go are inaccessible areas. So that's why a lot of people get like no outlet or, you know, inaccessible areas that are fenced off. It's very probabilistic that if in your radius there's a lot of private property, you probably will land on somewhere you should not trespass.
Yeah. We got a commenter saying, Destiny don't want the TikToker to charge her phone up.
One less TikToker.
All right. I think we got another one here. This is, we got another comment. Night Rider, AKA Fire Dude says, what's the deal with people going into forests, finding hanging dolls?
It's probably the most accessible thing you can buy at a thrift store and hang up like some Blair Witch creepy thing. Like, I've personally never found a hanging doll randonauting. It's probably just like the easiest way to get shock value. So you get clickbait, you know. Personally, I find this blasphemous because like you can actually find like, you know, really intimate synchronicities where like you go to a place and you get a symbolic meaning out of it. It's a little different than sneaking up, hanging up a baby doll and then being like, oh my God, look what I found. Even if you use Randonautica to get there. I mean, I guess it's engaging art, but really it's like a bastardization of what I created. So congratulations on, you know, cheap thrills.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel, Josh.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
All right, we got the next one here. This one says, tried it for the first time, had no idea how the app really worked. But you know what? I thought about a rainbow, and it took me to a rainbow. It blew my mind. I thought you typed in the word or something.
Wow.
Extremely cool. There you go. It's like sometimes it's just super simple. Like they didn't know what they're doing. Like, I don't know. Let's go on this random thing. And they happen to have rainbows on the mind, and it took them right to a rainbow.
A lot of times that's how to do it. It's just like, you know, simple curiosity, you know, instead of like looking for something super specific, just kind of like, oh, I don't know, just whatever comes to mind with like just detached curiosity. It's not like they'd be disappointed if they didn't see the rainbow. Like, you know, just kind of just go with the flow and see what you can see. That's kind of like one of our mottos is see what we can see. And, you know, you might learn something, you might see something that, you know, you've been thinking of, and you might actually change your deterministic path to something that, you know, was more preferable to you.
Yeah. Emily says, go off, Josh. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Emily. Love you, Emily.
All right. So this next one here is, this one's a little long. I'll kind of give you like a quick little synopsis of it. It's somewhere in, it's either Switzerland or Liechtenstein. I'm assuming Switzerland since Liechtenstein's like 15 miles long, but he goes to this random location via his, he randonauts to this random location, didn't really find anything, was like 10 meters from the exact spot, and was just kind of sitting down on like these weird triangle things. And then he says like an Indian man approached him and started talking, and they chatted for like 10 minutes. The guy, he basically like handed him, it was something like the guy handed him like a folded up piece of paper, And then the man held the piece of paper himself, and he told him to pick he asked him what his favorite color was, and he said yellow. And then the guy that the Indian man that was holding the paper, he unfolded his paper and it said yellow on it. And then he told him to pick a different color, and he said purple, and he's like, no, you can't pick a mixed color, pick a different color. So he goes, okay, blue. And then he told him to unfold the paper that he had in his hand, and it said blue and the number 3. And then the guy was just kind of like, oh, the number 3 has this feeling, and like, pick another number. And he says 7, and I don't know. But then the guy asked me if he had any money, and the guy said, no, I don't have any money. So it's like a weird, like, the guy was there. I was like, oh, this is really cool. And like weird, definitely seems kind of like, dude,
he found, have like, yeah, he found like thing. Sleight of hand, mentalist kind of thing. And what's with the bead?
So this is like, yes, after they talked for a little while, eventually the guy ended up giving him 10 like Swedish francs, or Swiss francs. I'm sorry. And then they talked a little bit, and then the Indian man gave him this bead, which was I think we have like somebody looked it up and had like what it meant, the type of bead that it was. It's spelled DZI bead. Dibsy, pronounced Z. It's a Z bead. I don't know. Yeah, it's somewhere around there. And they say it's a type of stone bead of uncertain origin, worn as part of a necklace or sometimes as a bracelet in several Asian cultures, including that of Tibet. The bead is considered to provide positive spiritual benefit.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So if anything, if it's a real one, or if it's just
it's a heck of a story.
One. Yeah, it's cool. And then the guy's like, so he gave him the 10 Swiss francs, which I think is yellow, like that particular amount. And the guy's is like, he was wanting him to kind of meet up again and whatever. He's like, oh, next time you can pay me a blue bill, which is like 100. I don't know. Yeah. It's a cool story. It's weird. The guy's spiritual, and the spirituality is cool. The whole like asking for money is a little weird.
Cool story. I mean, it's a sleight of hand trick. I grew up in the circus. I know all about sleight of hand. Like,
yeah, we're not sending
definitely a trick.
Randonauts not sending any panhandlers out to any of these locations. So before anybody comments about, because you always got people like, oh, it's Randonaut following us. Now it's like Randonauts panhandling. That's how they make their profit.
That's how we'll monetize the app. Great idea.
If you'd like to join as one of the Randonaut panhandlers, send us an email and let us know. We'd love to bring you aboard.
Oh, I like so this was really cool. This week. Yeah, this is really, really cool.
The comment is, I was surprised when I actually found this tree, but there wasn't a stump under him. So you have like this half tree with no stump or roots. It's just kind of hanging from another tree, which is very dangerous. So if you find one of these, don't stand under it.
Yeah, Widowmaker for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like I guess somebody cut it down like a certain way that it just didn't fall. It got stuck in the other tree or something like that. I don't know. It's like that. It kind of also looks like some kind of like woodland like trap that like Arnold Schwarzenegger sent in the end of like Predator when he was like trying to like with all like the tree traps and things like that. What I like to believe is that this tree wasn't cut and that it's just a shorter tree. And then the other trees felt bad because you can never see over the canopy. So the one tree just lifted him up. And he's got to give him like the circle of life symbol lift.
But this is another example of like classic Randonautica content. Like you may think that like your content is not as interesting as other people's. If you have stuff like this is what we want to see. It's just like some weird, unexplainable thing in the woods. And like, if you have something really interesting like this, go to randonautica.com because we're going to set up a way for people to post their like really weird Randonautica finds. Like these are stuff like this is my favorite, where you're like just in the woods and you're just like, is this just like, how did this happen? Who did this?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The Ewoks comment, I was like, oh, it reminds me of Return of the Jedi when they were all the little Ewoks set up their little tree traps for the.
Also Sasquatch, dude. Sasquatch will make like these X's with the tree trunks to show their like alien friends where to land. Like, could be Sasquatch, dude.
I think that's a different podcast there, Joshua. I can only handle so much weird shit in one day, all right? We don't need to talk about Sasquatch now.
No, maybe next time we'll have a Sasquatch video.
We could do it. I mean, I'll all for it. I'm all for watching weird videos and getting your opinion on them.
Yeah,
so this next
go
one here,
out and look for Sasquatch.
Yeah. Speaking of going out looking for weird things, this person didn't have an intention. They just wanted to be open to a mystical experience if it happened, and it took them right to this little wizard, stained glass wizard guy.
Yeah.
So, it's like I want a mystical experience, and it takes well. That guy's way creepier up close. I didn't look at him, realize his eyes were so glowing red.
This is how I feel after 2 years of Randonautica. I was like a fresh-faced, like young boy, and now I feel like an old wizard.
He looks like an angry David the Gnome. I don't know if you guys remember that, or an angry like Travelocity gnome.
Yeah, it's kind of like, where does that go in your house? Like, where would that fit in? Like, in the bathroom or something?
Yeah, I'd be weird if I went to someone's house and like that's what they had, kind of just like.
Yeah, they could take the toilet that they
like,
found earlier and then like pair it with that thing. It would just totally tie the room together.
Yeah, but I don't know. Nice, simple one to kind of wrap everything up and just.
They weren't looking for anything in particular, and it took him to this like really creepy looking wizard guy. So
yeah, you don't always have to be something super elaborate. You can just kind of have a general experience you want to have, and then just kind of go out.
Yeah, that's really important. Is like you don't have to set an intention. Sometimes you can just like let it show you what you want to be shown, like what it wants you to show, what it wants to show you. Like especially if you're going all day. You don't have to like be looking for an intention. Just go with curiosity and like kind of detach from any kind of expectation of results and just see what you can see. Yeah. And with that, I will bid you adieu. When's our next one? Next Thursday?
Next Thursday, May 6th, my sister's birthday.
May 6th, your sister's birthday. Happy birthday. Derek's birthday. Follow the movement at Randonautica app. Go to randonautica.com and subscribe to all our socials, buy our merch. We're a grassroots, unfunded movement. All these venture capital guys like wanted to give us all kinds of money to make the app addictive. And we told them like, go do that in the woods with a bear. So we are totally unfunded. If you are a pro randonaut, you keep the lights on and you allow millions of people to go exploring. Pro Randonautica perks are unlimited anomalies. You get to choose a radius anywhere in the whole Earth. So you go randonauting at like the pyramids of Giza. If you want to become a pro randonaut, go to the Randonaut shop in the app and sign up.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or just give money to one of our panhandlers, and
or one of our panhandlers. And so this Discover feed that's come out with like the social component where randonauts will be able to connect with each other. We're going to pick from the pro randonauts first. So now is the time to be kind of signing up for that, because we're going to start this really cool novelty based social media site where it's going to be based on not just like algorithms and bullshit like that, but stuff that people actually experience out in the world. It's going to be really interesting. Millions of people finding like weird stuff and then connecting together like to share it. And it's going to be like, from all over the world, from all different kind of cultures, all connected by curiosity. So thank you guys. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Derek. It's the whole production team. This is the highlight of my week. Thank you guys so much. This is a lot of fun.
Cool. Thank you guys for watching, and we appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
All right.